Hello everyone. In this session we will be discussing kinds of social responsibility of a business and some topic related with pollution and environment protection. Now first let us see what kind of social responsibility does a business have. Now social responsibility, it can be classified into major four categories. Now let us see first category, that is economic responsibility. Now we know that business is an economic activity, thus the primary responsibility of the business is to be economic. It should produce goods and services as per needs of the society and sell them at a profit. Now what responsibility or what are expected from a business by economy is to produce goods and services which are needed, which are demanded by the normal people, and they have to sell it at a profit. There is no dispute regarding honoring economic responsibility by the business. So from this point we know that economic responsibility of a business is nothing but to produce goods and services which are demanded by the or which are needed by the society. The next is legal responsibility. Now as a normal human and as a citizen of a country, we have some legal responsibility, or we have to follow the rules provided or the laws made by the government. In similar manner, a business also, they have some rules and some laws that they have to follow that are created by the government. So in legal responsibility, what a businessman or a business has to do is that they have to follow the law of the land or a country. The next is ethical responsibility. It is the responsibility of the business in the interest of the society. It is not a law, means it is not necessary for a business to follow this ethical responsibility, but it is something that which a business finds right to do for the society, means to see what functions are good for the society and what functions are bad for the society, and they should try to avoid those bad functions which are harmful for the society. So that is nothing but ethical responsibility. Then last is discretionary responsibility. Now this is not that much important responsibility of a business, but it is something that a business do for their own satisfaction. That means they voluntarily indulge themselves in doing this kind of responsibility, like providing donation to charitable educational institutions or helping floods and earthquake victims. Now when you purchase earlier we used to see that when we purchase classmate book, they used to say that for every book that we purchase or every notebook that we purchase, they donate some amount to some NGOs for children education. Now those kind of responsibility is nothing but discretionary responsibility. So now let us see new topic, that is environment protection and business. So business, as we know, is an economic activity of generating income through buying and selling, manufacturing and rendering auxiliary services through trade. Modern business is not independent, it cannot work in isolation. So it means that they have to interact with the other factors of the society. It is the economic as well as social organ of the society, so it have to achieve its economic goal. It cannot ignore the interests of the society. Since the business, they have to function within the society, they cannot ignore the society or other factors of society. Now Indian government or other countries government, they have very much interest in the business of their country. So by time to time, what they do is that they used to formulate business policies and they try to control the business in order to safeguard the public from the ill thinking or ill activities of business. Now business as the vital organ of the society, what they are supposed to do or what they are expected to do is that they should protect environment from pollution. Now, after independence, Indian cities have extended greatly due to growing population. Means after India got independence, what Indian cities, they started expanding, and due to lack of legal control at that time, there was not that much strict control from government side. What the businesses did is that they started polluting air, water and land in urban areas because industries were growing or they were starting rapidly. although gradually these industries have been shifted to the outer places, but since the industries were growing rapidly and it was causing pollution in urban areas, what the government they did is that they made compulsory for all the industries, big industries, to shift their industries from urban area to the remote area so that they do not harm or they do not pollute the resources nearby. But in urban areas these days, small and middle-sized industries, they are causing a lot of environmental problems. The condition of national capital Delhi is worse. You can see in news headlines that Delhi's air quality is very low. Even humans or normal human beings, they cannot breathe properly in Delhi. Now there are different types or causes of environmental pollution. Let us see. The first one is air pollution. Air pollution is nothing but the pollutants or the different kinds of hazardous substances that get mixed in the air which destroys the quality of air is nothing but known as air pollution. Now the vehicles that are running in the roads, carbon monoxide, it is released by the vehicles, and that is the main cause of air pollution. Along with the factories also, they used to discharge pollutants in the air which causes the quality of air to go down. Okay, the next is water pollution. Water becomes polluted when chemicals and other waste materials are dumped into it. For many years, cities, even normal households, they used to throw garbage in the rivers, lakes, which causes water pollution, as well as business industries. They used to dump their pollutants, their waste materials into lakes, which is the main cause of water pollution. And the next is land pollution. When the industries or any other waste are dumped into the land, it causes land pollution. The main problem that we have today is the disposal of solid waters. It should it should not be solid waters but solid waste. However, new methods are adopted here, but still there is the problem how to prevent future contamination. Even though we have developed some methods or some alternatives to reduce the land pollution, but there are some serious problems that we are facing regarding land pollution. Then the last one is noise pollution. Noise pollution, when we hear unpleasant noise, we feel irritated, annoyed, but instead of feeling in addition to feeling this annoyance or irritation, what we feel is that it is serious health hazard. We suffer a lot due to noise pollution as well, because there are some diseases which we may get because of noise pollution, like we can lose power of hearing, then malfunctioning of the heart. Some soft-hearted people, when they hear loud noises, they used to get heart attack as well, and other mental disorder are also main results of noise pollution. Then there are some environmental pollution. United Nations has identified 8 problems that cause damage to the natural environment. Now these are ozone depletion. You can hear that there is a hole in ozone layer which is the main cause for rapid melting of snow. Then global warming, solid and hazardous waste, water pollution, freshwater quality and quantity, deforestation, land degradation, danger to biological diversity. Now these 8 are the main problems that causes natural environment according to United Nations report. Now why do we need to control pollution? In our surroundings, pollution can be found mostly in all walks of survival, like water also we have water pollution, then air pollution, land pollution. So what we face is that due to water pollution we cannot drink pure water or safe water. Because of air pollution we cannot breathe pure means fresh air, and because of land we cannot live in because of land pollution we cannot live properly. Now there are some measures given to solve these kind of problems. Now let us see what are those. First is aesthetic objective. Visibility will improve with improvement in the quality of air. Now when the quality of air is good, that means when the air is clear, we can see or we can we can see distant things also clearly, means our eye visibility becomes good. Then to prevent pollution from blackening buildings, because of air pollution some building their color gets faded. Then to reduce the foul odor from streams, rivers or lakes, reduce the level of noise so that normal conversation can be carried on, means if there is no noise pollution, then even if you are speaking very smoothly, other people can hear you properly, so you don't have to scream or you don't have to raise your voice. Then next is reducing inconvenience. Sorry. Water pollution can be dangerous physically and economically for fishing and swimming. As you know, because of water pollution, we cannot drink, and fish also, all the aquatic lives they used to suffer because of water pollution. Air pollution may cause eye problems. So, in order to reduce inconvenience, pollution control is necessary. If we control pollution, it is beneficial for us as well as for all the living things in the world. The next is preventing economic losses. Because of pollution, we suffer a huge amount of loss. We don't realize that, but in the long run, we used to spend or we used to lose a lot. There are many economic losses which can be reduced by pollution control. Pollution control can reduce cleaning and washing expenditure. That means every now and then government they spend a huge amount of money in cleaning rivers and all, which suffers a huge amount which are in danger of extinction, means we every day we used to dump a lot of waste into the rivers which is adversely harmful for us. So what the government they do is that they spend a huge amount of money in washing them, so it is kind of economic loss for the government as well as for us also. So if we can control this kind of pollution, then we don't have to make those expenditure and we don't have to suffer those losses. Then reducing safety hazards. Pollution can cause hazards for aircraft, means if the quality of air is not that good, then aircrafts they cannot land properly, they cannot take off properly. So if there is no air pollution, then there will be less accidents on land as well as in air. We Now it's winter season. In winter season there is problem of smoke. The drivers or the pilot they cannot see they cannot see properly, and that because of that also lots of accidents happens as well. The next is reducing health hazards. We can reduce many diseases like heart disease, lung disease, cancer, etc. by pollution control. Now what are the approaches to pollution control? Now first what we have to do is that we have to evaluate the environment. Now whenever you think of starting or establishing an industry, what you have to do is that you have to analyze your activities, that after starting your industry what kind of activities you are going to undertake, whether those activities will harm the environment or not. So this kind of evaluation is necessary to control the pollution. The next is setting up of pollution standards. A maximum limit should be fixed for pollutants, means you should fix the maximum amount of pollutants that you are going to dispose of. Like in some small cars, Euro 2 is a well-known pollution standard, means beyond that they will not emit any dangerous pollutants or dangerous gases in the air. The next is regulation. Government they make lots of policies and rules for controlling pollution, but it is up to us, means as an individual it is up to us whether we follow those rules or not. If we properly follow those rules, then we are going to help government in reducing pollution. In the same manner, business also they have to follow the rules and the policies which government makes. The next is ban. This approach checks chemicals whether they are safe or can create hazard, means various industries they use various types of gases for producing goods. So like if any industry is using any chemicals or gases which are banned that are dangerous to human health, and these are banned by the government, means industries they cannot use those kind of substances so that they cannot create pollution. One example of this technique is toxic substances control legislation. Now, environmental protection regulation, the most dangerous or the most unfortunate incident was Bhopal gas tragedy. In India, after the Bhopal gas tragedy, the necessity for the classification of industries was felt. Means after Bhopal gas tragedy only, government what they did is that they divided industries into categories, like industries which affect human life and environment directly, and another category was which do not adversely affect human life and environment. Now, the Bhopal gas tragedy, they had shown that there were some defects in Indian environment legislation, and the government they are working on that, and they had made some changes in that legislation as well. So, role of business in environmental protection. Now, what kind of role or what kind of duties a business can perform in environmental protection? It is the collective responsibility to protect the environment from being spoiled. Now, as individual, as a citizen, as and business also, they should come together and try to stop pollution. Business as an organ of the society should also protect environment, since they are working in the society, they are serving society, and they are a part of the society, so they should also help in protecting environment as well. The government can enact laws for the protection, but its implementation lies with the citizen. Means until unless we citizen we don't follow those laws, we cannot say that those laws are successful. Business enterprises have the financial resources and technological ability to prevent pollution. Now, business what they have is that they have resources as well as technological ability to prevent pollution. So business they can play a major role in controlling pollution, because they are the major, means most of the pollution in the country or in the world, they are created, they are done, most of the pollution are done by the business. So it is their main, it should be their main objective to reduce this pollution as well. Now, for this session we will wind up here, and in our next session we will finish chapter 6 of business studies. Thank you.